All right, so there are some careers that men definitely find more attractive in a woman than others. And just like there are some careers that men find more unattractive in a woman than others, right? I mean, there are definitely some careers like I don't know, I don't fucking know, like a lumberjack, I don't know, right? But there are some careers that actually a girl who knows how to chop lumberjack, that's kind of hot. But there's definitely some careers that are attractive and some careers that are not. Now look, this is the truth. This is the truth. And I want you, as you watch this video, to just, since because my channel is Mindful Attraction, I want you to just become aware of your breath while you watch this video, or become aware of your hand, right? And just keep noticing the breath or the hand. Make that your primary focus in just in this video. Almost like your life depends on it. Just be aware of your breath as you're watching my video, okay? Because we want to practice mindfulness even in this video, and I'm gonna remind you in the middle of the video if you're doing that, or else I'm closing the channel. So yeah, look, understand this, man. Unfortunately, with women, let's admit it, men don't really care as much as women in terms of what careers you take. They really don't. In fact, the more successful you are, the harder you're gonna have finding a man. Why? Not because men find you unattractive. Some men do because of their insecurities, but also because your standards go up. You sort of want to date a man on your level. You don't want to date a man like they show that women prefer to date men who have a similar degree level, right? And most women are going to college. More women are getting higher degrees, which means that there are more overqualified women. And women know this, and women don't apply for jobs that they're overqualified. In other words, they don't go for men that are that they overqualify for. In other words, guys of lower education and lower finances. So it's almost like by the woman being super successful, society doesn't limit them. You limit yourself because you find men under you unattractive. Like it's just how it is. But a woman who has a basic education is fucked up, which just has a bigger pool of men, right? The highest value men is, and I read this in a comment, right? The highest value men don't want their woman. Again, people, this is look, look. I'm just addressing. Are you aware of your breath? By the way, keep noticing the breath. Make that your number one focus. Make that more interesting than what I'm saying, and let my voice be the secondary stimulus that you're aware of. But just keep awareness on your breath. Keep some awareness rooted in within you to keep you present. So look, because I made the video and I kind of didn't get to the careers that men find attractive. Let me give you those careers right now. Look, the first one is startups, right? Women who work in startups. So for some reason, this was in Australia. This was a study done in Australia. What they correlated what men find more attractive. One, it was startup, right? Two, fashion, which that kind of makes sense, right? Three, market consulting. I guess consulting, and then marketing. Okay, that's a little weird. I never had a fantasy about a marketer. And the other one was doctor. And in my opinion, I go with nurse. Like, I think they're talking about nurse. Outside of that, I'm out. And what I think other careers that men find attractive is being a nurse, obviously, right? Because of the association of taking care of you. Being a masseuse, I think, right? Being a therapist, I think that says a lot in terms of like careers that demonstrate maternal instincts, right? Careers that correlate with maternity, just like with men. Women find careers that correlate and that demonstrate either a man's strength or power over people. They find attractive, like athletes and men who have higher status. For men, they everything comes down to having offsprings and increasing the likelihood of them loving you. So that's the root, and everything branches out from those reasons, right? And so with men unconsciously, it's always unconsciously want a maternal like a figure, maternal figure. So they would naturally prefer a woman who was more of a maternal instinct. So they prefer careers that demonstrate those traits. That means helping with kids, babysitting, right? A lot of times, the babysitters, nurses, therapists, masseuses, anything that leads to nurturing, for the most part. And unfortunately, the fucked up part is that those careers don't pay well. I mean, look, man, I'm not making people. I'm not the one who, like, you know what I'm saying? I wish it wasn't like this. It's a clear double standard. I wish I could change it, but I'm not on the board of Community of Human Nature. I can't just file a plea and ask for these things to change, right? So you can't get mad at me for explaining these things. Also, careers where you're the only woman is attractive. If you're an engineer and you're around other male engineers, simply because you're the only woman, you're attractive. You're more attractive. You're relatively more attractive, right? But you're in a career where there's a bunch of women. Don't get me wrong, that's still attractive. Like a fucking like an air pilot, a woman who is like, I'll find a woman who does the who is a flight assistant more attractive than the actual pilot. That's a female. Like I find the steward is more attractive than the female. I'll find a nurse more attractive than the doctor. Why? I don't know. And in fact, if you ask a lot of guys, you might, you know what? I may make a street video asking people what careers they find attractive in a woman. Okay, and actually make a video about it. I'm gonna make it by this weekend. All right. So I'm gonna go on the streets tomorrow and ask people those questions. Okay. So yeah, those types of careers like nurses and yeah. And look, I read this in a Reddit post, and it said, "Women who pursue career again, ladies. I'm not trying to encourage you to not do your careers. Okay, I'm just presenting you the realities. All right. I don't want you guys to go in it with one expectation and get something else. I'm just trying to get you guys to understand what to expect. It's almost like me being a teacher, a professor, and me teaching you guys about law and me teaching you guys the real shit about law, where you got to make friends with judges, where you got to get connections, where you got to do a favor to this lawyer so that he could do you a favor and lower the sentence for one of your clients. Like the unwritten rules. These are the unwritten rules. So don't fault me for calling out the sky being blue, and because you don't like blue, you're mad at me. You know what I'm saying? So they said this. Women who pursue career advancement tend to have higher chance of being abrasive, ruthless, and self-centered, because usually the most narcissistic men and the most psychopathic men are the ones that are more successful. Like, like corporations and success is something that if you have narcissistic and psychopathic tendencies, a lot of times it leads to more success in the career and narcissistic tendencies. Like it's fucked up, right? But yeah, man, it's true. That's why most men are more men are more narcissistic, psychopathic, sociopathic than women are, right? And that's actually a superpower, steroid in the career field. I mean, exactly the same qualities as you'll find in many high-driven, career-oriented men. I may add, however, for the men, those qualities will be more than offset by the greater status, wealth, so they rarely struggle to find a partner, right? In other words, those qualities usually are offset because of the amount of success that they have, right? For women, on the other hand, those attributes will massively turn off potential partners, while the extra career prestige makes very little difference at all to the perceived desirability, and it also cuts her off her success from meeting other men, like in terms of her standards, because it's just that your standards rise. That's a problem, right? Hence, they have more difficulty finding partners, and then due to their pricky nature, well, not I'm reading the comments, people. I'm not saying it myself. Decide to make a big noise about. Okay, all right. See, they were gonna say because of their pricky nature, they decide to make a big noise and blame it all on man. That sounds like, like a political thing right there. But look, let me show you something that somebody else read, right? And it said, I've never dated a career woman, but I watch male friends get decimated by them. In the end, the behaviors that allow these women to get ahead in business ended up being the same ones that caused them in their relationship. In other words, those women don't have a turn off switch. If you learn to have a turn off switch to your success and then turn it off at home and not have to be so demanding and so like abrasive and so like they're working, because a lot of successful women don't know how to turn it off. You have to apply mindfulness, right? You want to observe that urge, that drive to control that urge to put yourself, you know what I'm saying, like that ambitious urge. You got to learn to shut it off at home. And a lot of times, if you cannot turn something off, it means you have no control over it. It means it's actually controlling you. You want to bring some self-awareness into those parts that you can't control, the parts of your personality that are difficult to control, that are more impulsive than anything else. right? So that means that notice the sensation that gives you that motivation to be more dominant at work, right? And then when you're at work, observe it. By you observing it, you're reclaiming control, right? So then when it arises in normal life, then you already have some awareness. In other words, you already have some control over it, and it'll lessen. But by you controlling it, then you could amp it up or dial it down. But you first want to be aware of all of those qualities that make you successful that you can't turn off. Bring awareness. Bring awareness with love. See it and love it. Caress it. Don't push it away. Don't say I don't want you. For example, yesterday I was at school and I couldn't focus right and I was mad, right? And because of that judgment, it frustrated me. What I should have done was accepted the fact that I couldn't focus and loved the emotion that I felt. Still said to myself, Alexis, don't get mad at this emotion which caused you to not focus. Love it. Be in the moment. Don't push it away. Don't say I want you. If you're really in the moment, even the things that you don't like, you bring close to you. You hug it with your awareness, right? So even though it's a part of you that helps you in your career, you might not like it and you might judge that quality in your normal life. And that judgment causes more resistance, which amplifies that behavior. Observe it. Love it. Fuse in with that emotion. Don't separate yourself from it. And it'll actually make it a lot more manageable. Something that you are able to control rather than controlling you. Right? So yeah. So let's talk about I think we should talk about those careers, people. I may put this in the beginning. So yeah, one they said was okay. Actually, let me continue reading the comment. Somebody said, I'm really curious here, right? Because they talked about some of the behavior that turned men off. They were like, what were some of the behaviors that were costing these women their men? And this is what he said. They put their career in front of everything else in their lives. They can be ruthless and selfish, highly guarded and closed off, cool and calculated. You are merely a convenience to them, and if you stop being convenient, you're screwed. Holy fuck. Somebody else said, this was my experience. I dated a disturbingly driven woman through college. She always talked about how she was going to follow her job out of career without any notion of compromise. Holy shit. All right. I think this sounds like an extreme. Is this like I hate women pose? Right? But I imagine a lot of women encounter those types of men, right? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just to let you guys know, we have 40% off my course, Nice Girl, 40% off. It's a course specifically made for women who you consider yourself a nice girl, who you've been played, who you have a tough time expressing your frustration, and you feel like people talk over you, and you feel like people don't respect you just because you're a woman. It's like a empowerment video. It's like a empowerment course, but at the same time, it isn't. It's more of a course to teach you guys how to become more assertive, how to assert yourself in a feminine and an appropriate way, right? It's like I say appropriate because it's like somebody who's been abused their whole life and they just had it, and because they just had it, they go overboard and they just kill the person rather than confronting them. So it's like when you're so, and you guys can get a 40% coupon code with the coupon code Alex. All right, just put Alex and you'll get 40% off that course this month only. Nice girl. Thirsty, you have a bottle of water, and you think you're just drinking a sip, but you just drank the whole thing. You're like, oh my god, I didn't know, I drank the whole thing, and you thought you just took a sip because you were so thirsty. So when you're so frustrated with being under, that when you try to assert yourself, you go too far and you actually do more damage than good. So this course teaches you how to appropriately stand up for yourself in a way that doesn't damage your reputation. So check it out. And if you guys want one-on-one coaching, email coaching, become part of the Patreon gang. Or if you guys want to talk to me on the phone, you could actually purchase a phone session on the description down below where it says purchase a phone session. All right. Anyways, I'll see you guys later, man. So don't forget, 40% off with the coupon code Alex only this month. Get it now. Click on the description down below.
All right, so if you're a nice girl, if you're tired of being played, if you're tired of people not respecting you, if you resent that people don't take you seriously, if people just see you as a sex object, if you feel like people are always playing you, I would highly recommend you check out this course called Nice Girl. I rarely put out courses, and every one of my courses is with a specific purpose. Psychological game of attraction, which is for single people. Natural chemistry was for women in relationships. This course is for specific nice girls. Now, most of you guys are nice. Most of you guys have great hearts. Unfortunately, men take advantage of you. So I have this limited time course. Specifically, you guys can only buy it and get access to it July and November. Now, if you purchase it in July or November, you could have access to it all year round. But you could only purchase it July and November. So this month only, you guys can purchase this course. It's only for a limited time, right? So in this course, you're pretty much going to learn about how to set boundaries, how to project a powerful presence, how to create healthy boundaries, how to communicate yourself in an assertive way, how to not let people take advantage of you. Like, you're gonna learn the art of how to identify those who are trying to take advantage of you, how to assert yourself, signs of weakness, signs of strength, and how to communicate signs of strength, and how to lower the signs of weakness. All of these things, I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, look, okay? If you just do what this course says, just doing what this course says is gonna improve not only your dating life, but your professional life, your personal life, your social life with your friends and family. Because people will always try to test you. People will always see whether or not they can take advantage of you, even a fucking child. So by purchasing this course, you could create a healthy immune system. There are 3 types of immune system. There is your body's immune system. There is an emotional immune system that you increase through meditation. And then there's a social immune system that is through self-assertion. Okay, so this course will help you build that social immune system to push away certain behaviors from your life and certain people, and by default you attract the right people. So check out that course. One, it's not okay. Look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's not gonna fix the problems 100%. I'm not here to lie to you guys. I'm here to give you realistic expectation. Okay, it's not gonna completely change your life from day to night. But if you do what the videos say. Okay, if you're 20%, if you're at a 20% in terms of assertiveness, by finishing this course, you could go through it 40%. Now you guys might say, where are the evidence for it? In my life only. Okay, and through people's experience through applying these methods, and through doing research about what actually helps assertiveness. Okay, so I thoroughly researched this course. I put a lot of thought into it. It's not complete. Next month, I'm going to add another part, which if you buy it now, you're going to have access to it, okay? So I'll see you guys inside that course, and stay toxic, my friends. Purchase it now, or I'm closing the channel, okay? See you guys inside.